kitty! Oh yeah! Hello everybody, it's time for a Boom Shakalaka pet care video. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry, that's my other channel. Yeah, this isn't my pet care channel. This is my Beer Slam video channel. And this is Bastet, Miss Hissy Fits, Sisyphus, Miss Hissy Fits. And she's thrilled about being up on the counter where she's not supposed to be. Okay, you go now. Okay, anyway, so that's her. Minus Cat, now we get on with the video. Boom! It's time for a Boom Shakalaka beer time video. And as always, I'm bringing you a new IPA review. Let's go to the magic icebox. Dun, dun, dun. I know my videos are kind of lame and silly, but I mean, we have quite a wide variety of craft beer video entertainers out there in the craft brew community. We've got your guys who just sit there at the computer desk and do the same shot all the time and talk shit and slam beers. That's great, it's funny. The guy's got some great presentations. He's the chairman, the boss, and then there's guys that put together a lot of insightful topics, bring in like a talk show environment. And I would like to give a shout out, boom, to Dr. David, the beer professor, my newest sub. And as I told you guys, I always make a point to shout out my new subs until I have so many every day I can't keep up with it. But right now, pretty easy to keep up with. So send them my way so I can't keep up with them anymore. And I have to pick and choose some of the most badass motherfuckers out there for shout outs. So, especially those of you who put videos out, I try to support the efforts because I know what kind of dedication it takes to stand up here, drink beers, talk about stuff, you know, perhaps edit the video. We'll get into that later. I'm trying not to get into too much editing, but I realize I'm going to have to start doing some more, adding a little bit more content, a little more presentation, a little finesse it a little bit to bring it to another level. So anyway, on to the beer feature of the day. I found Green Flash. I'm surprised. Green Flash Brewing. Metal Madman has mentioned this brewery. I've been looking for the Soul Style IPA. Have not been able to find it in my region down here in Tejas. But I found this. And I was like, oh wow, Green Flash. I'll check it out. And so picked up this bottle. It's the only IPA from them I could find. And it's the just Imperial IPA. Now, unlike some of my other videos where I talk about the packaging and the elegance, Green Flash chooses to kind of keep it simple. They do have a little molded into the glass here, their logo, and they slap a label on it. Most of their text is kind of the same font and everything for their different styles. But I looked through this on Beer Advocate and stuff, and I was surprised that it's really not up. It's kind of new. It was added on July 22nd, and there's been no reviews yet. So I may throw one up there as the first contributor on beeradvocate.com for this beverage right here. There was some, it does get 4 stars out of about 650 users on Untapped. It's a mobile application in which you can quickly just give a beer like 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 stars when you're out and about enjoying a beer. And it just kind of, and you can kind of log it in and keep track of the different ones you've had and where they're available. So kind of a cool application to put on your phone whenever you're out and about enjoying craft beer. So yeah, before this gets hot, I think we should pour it epically. Remember, the beer is the star of the show. How the compression comes out of it. What the hell? So, I must have got warm too fast. Or it's really happy to see me. Oh. A little foam up there on the decompression. So yes, I think the beer is really happy to see me. I think it's ready to be consumed. That's some sin breed there for you. All right, let's pour this. Not sure what's going on with this beer. Hopefully we won't foam it up too much. As you know, I'm not just coming here to beer slam anymore. I slam like a biatch. So, but we'll still drink it like a man. You don't have to slam to drink like a man, as I pointed out in some of my other videos. Now this IPA here looks different than that Stone I had the other day. It's got a lot of carbonation in it. I'm not sure if that's carbonation or unfiltered. So it's a combination of both. It's not sparkling clear like the Stone Triple I had the other day. This one's got a slight unfiltered appearance to it. It's got a good color, decent head, which we all like from time to time, or always. Very hoppy, kind of bitter. Very bitter, so let's give it a try. Boom. Let's read the label here. Can't read through my sunglasses. I need to clean them. Get some better light in here. Reaching new heights, the mountains of Summit and Nugget hops. And this intense, high-gravity Imperial IPA will thrill even the extreme beer adventurer. Unearth savory pine, definitely taste that. Evergreen, which, isn't that like pine? I don't know, maybe it's just me. And pineapple aromas. And experience the colossal rush of hoppy adventure. We challenge you to conquer this mountain, then sit back, relax, and savor the magnificence of this brew. So there you have it, folks. That's their little spiel. I'll read those sometimes when they're short and sweet. This beer does come in at 9%. And I'd say it's definitely IPA. There's not a whole lot of malt balance in this. It's not as elegant as the Stone that I did the other day. The wasn't the Brewing Tin. Also, the Points Unknown were exceptional beers. And it surprises me because this is also California. San Diego is Green Flash Brewing, which surprises me that Metal Madman can get it over there on the East Coast, the Soul style anyway. Starts to smooth out a little bit more as you drink it. Starts out really bitter, but then again, like I said, there's not much hop balance in this at all. So there you go. Approaching the swill. Now, we'll go on. Add some additional content to the video here. Last night I watched the Republican debate. Now I'm not going to sit here and go into politics and all that kind of hoo-yah, but I was very curious because there's a lot of varying candidates that are throwing their hat in the ring, which demonstrates to me that there's a lot of different perspectives that are tired of the current state of affairs in this country. And so we have a lot of different people, with a lot of different backgrounds and positions, whether they be doctors, lawyers, politicians, whatever. Green flash. Anyway, so I was very curious, and I was really surprised when I first turned on the TV that it wasn't on network television. I mean, this is big stuff, right? Supposed to be future leader of our country talking about relevant issues, their platform. And if you didn't think that our current regime owns and manipulates the media, there's your first clue. Your first clue right there. It was not available on network TV. It was available on Fox News, which doesn't surprise me, but only on cable. And you could only watch the thing by streaming it and by logging in to your cable provider. So it's way down several different tiers of accessibility right away. So those of you out there that don't have cable TV, or perhaps cut the cord, or for whatever reason don't listen to that garbage, didn't have access to this. Your lower income folks aren't going to have access to this material. So that was surprising and kind of frustrating, because I had to create an account and all this kind of crap just to watch this thing. So we get to watching it, and of course all week and the whole thing hypes about Donald Trump. And I knew all along that this guy was just throwing in there as just to bring hype to the whole thing, right? He's a reality show guy. He's a businessman and all that. But all in all, he's a clown. Basically, he's not a politician. He's a businessman. He's very outspoken. That's why people are attracted to him. He's like, I'm fed up, and government's stupid, and you guys suck, and I'm a billionaire, and I've made my millions from nothing, and working hard. And, it's like, and the funny part is that some of the reason he was on this thing was because he was like leading the polls. Let me tell you why he was leading the polls, folks. It wasn't because of his qualifications to lead the once most powerful country on the planet, or direct the once most powerful military on the planet. It's because he was a reality TV show guy. Name recognition. People just check boxes off a name that sounds familiar. They're like, okay, here's a list of 17 people. Who do you think is going to win the Republican nomination? Oh yeah, Donald Trump. I know that name. Dude. So he gets a gig, and check this out. The media controls these debates. They have a specific set of line of questioning, and they know who they're going to give the most time to, and they know how to bait these guys based on their platforms. Right? Now, one of my favorite candidates is from the libertarian movement, or at least he was, Mr. Rand Paul, who is the son of Ron Paul, who ran a few years ago. And I'm fed up with both parties to the extent that I certainly give the libertarian approach my listening ear. I want to hear what they've got to say. And I think a valid third party is necessary in this country. Hell, a fourth or fifth. We've got to get out of this bipartisan Republican versus Democrat two-party system. It's no longer working. So I try to give the libertarian, representatives some love, and so I wanted to hear what Rand Paul was saying. And of course, he got the least amount of minutes on the debate last night. And that's by design, folks. That's not because he didn't feel like talking about shit. It's because, all their answers are timed. They only get like 2 minutes or a minute to respond to the questions. And so, Mr. Rand Paul didn't get that many questions pushed his way. And when they did, they were baiting him on stuff. He really needs to expand his platform. He didn't have a chance to do that much last night with only 5 minutes. But he needs to expand his platform beyond just the privacy thing, the invasion of the NSA and all that kind of stuff. The collection of data from every American, which Windows 10 is doing to you at this very moment if you've been fool enough to fall for that trap. Eventually we will all have to, because allegedly that's the the last Windows system ever, and all computers going forward will be manufactured with that OS installed. But I'm going to ride number 7 for as long as I can, baby. Anyway, so Republican debate, yeah. Couple surprises last night were some of the names I didn't know and weren't familiar with. Now, there were some really staunch conservatives. I'm not a staunch conservative by any means. I'm pro-legalization. I'm pretty much pro-choice as well. But unfortunately, there's been some things that have corrupted that perspective. That's a very, it's liberal, but at the same time, I'm also conservative in a lot of ways as well. So I'm right there in the middle, and that's where libertarianism falls. Kind of right there in that middle ground. Best of both worlds kind of thing, right? So I was really surprised about Dr. Ben Carson, very intelligent man. He came across really well. And then Ted Cruz, I've been kind of flip-flopping on him. But he did a good job last night too as well. And then Michael Rubio, I think his name, Dude Rubio, he came across well too. So a couple surprises from the thing last night, the way they answered their questions. Perhaps they were rehearsed, I don't know. But point being that Donald Trump got 11 minutes of speaking time. The dumbest motherfucker out there on the stage, who's nothing more than a reality TV show host, gets 11 minutes. Twice the number, more than twice the number of Rand Paul, the Libertarian candidate, who represents a threat to the establishment based on his platform. So that's my 2 cents on that whole thing. A couple notes here. People vote by name. Yeah, I got that. Let's see. Oh yeah, most Americans, of course, I did that too. Most Americans are just reality TV, ignorant am I. None too many harsh realities under the surface going on in our world. So, people have to start waking up, man, and start tuning in to the realities that are going on in this world. Cheers to waking up. Setting your alarm clock. In fact, the alarm clock is going to be when the Iranians get a nuclear bomb. Which is being perpetuated by our current president. Don't have to slam to drink like a man. I can drink this beer in 3 tips of the glass. So anyway, one more shout out I want to do. Even though he hasn't subscribed to my channel yet, Mr. Grabowski, come on down. I've given you a shout out before, Dro. Come on, man. I'm doing my shit here for the craft beer community. I'm doing my part. I'm following the blueprint. I'm contributing to the entertainment for the YouTube subscriber. And I'm trying to take the best of all worlds and put them in a glass and stir them up and slam them down and bring it to the community. So what you did recently with Mr. Machiavelli, that was hilarious, very creative. I admire creativity. I try to change my creativity up every now and then. Make it interesting for the viewer, not the same old thing, sitting at the desk, hey, I'm gonna slam a beer, and then that's it, Hey, coming up, got a beer fest coming to Houston, and guess who's gonna be there? Reporting to you live and slightly recorded, Boom Shaka Lager is gonna go down to the Craft Beer Festival here in Houston, coming up in a couple weeks, and I'm gonna be reporting live, boom, as long as I'm not out of town for school, which is possible, but if not, I'm going to the Craft Beer Fest. I'm going to get interviews, I'm going to do some stuff, and yeah. So anyway, that's the plan. As my producer would say, who is, this little voice on my shoulder, and then this other voice on my shoulder, this one over here. It's like, I'm thirsty, motherfucker, just drink a beer. Don't worry about doing all that planning and stuff. This beer is, it's not bad. It's definitely a hot bomb. I wouldn't say it's a hot bomb. even though it might be. I don't know. I'm not an IPA expert by any means. But this one, more bitter. It's got that metallic finish that I'm not a real big fan of. Gives that kind of metallic aftertaste. There's a beer I'm curious about out there from a widely distributed provider, and that's Sierra Nevada. They've got a some kind of hot bomb, not the double IPA. Damn it, I can't remember the name right now. Anyway, it's like their latest and greatest hot bomb. Damn it, well, it's kind of pointless now because I don't remember the name. Anyway, Sierra Nevada has got this beer that's made from hop oil and full cones, and it's supposed to be like their hot bomb, right? Way beyond their torpedo. It's the torpedo, but they've added some more hops to it, so it seems like it's going to be their hot bomb. At least that's how they're marketing it. So if you guys have tried it, if you know it's good, yay or nay, let me know. I have to buy a whole 6-pack of it. Not available in singles. I wouldn't call that lacing because of the way I drank it. But there you go. Don't have to slam to drink like a man. Drink that bomber pretty quick, 9% beer. Shot the shit with you guys. Almost shaved my pussy, my cat. That's on my next video. I got 2 cats, so I'll have to do it twice. But anyway, Bastet thanks you. I thank you. And until then, keep it boom. Keep it shaka lager. And subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your children. Well, no children. This is 21 and up, please. As this is a public drinking, recreational beer consumption channel. And so, rock on. Keep it craft, keep it local, and drink responsibly. I'm out.